I'm here in Mission Creek Preserve, kind of by Palm Springs, Joshua Tree area here in Southern California, to show you a hike to the old stone house. Right there's the stone house. Now this hike is easy. It's basically a dirt road here, and then you go back. So I'll show you what it looks like along the way, what to expect. There are one or two little places that might be confusing, but if you can walk down a dirt road, you can get here to this beautiful place. You walk up along Mission Creek. It's beautiful. There's a little wetlands, oasis type area. Then you get to the stone house. You can go inside, check the hearth out. I'll show you what that looks like. And then on the way up, you're sort of in the shadow of San Gorgonio Mountain. Right over there. It's the highest point in Southern California. Still a little snow in there. Pretty cool. So anyway, do the hike if you have not already. It's a great family hike, and there's some other hikes in the area too. It's a good one to combo with a hike in Joshua Tree maybe, or maybe Mission Creek Preserve, which is pretty close to here too. So if you want to do it, just go to HikingGuy.com. But otherwise in this video, I will show you the turn-by-turn directions to get to this beautiful spot. Let's go. So the hike starts at the end of about a 2.5 mile dirt road, which is definitely doable by low clearance vehicles. And you're going to pass under this really cool ranch entrance here, a little tribute to the old T-Cross K dude ranch that was here originally. I'll show you that in a second. But once you come through the gate here, you're going to have a trail sign. We're going to go past the Painted Hills Wetlands up to the stone house. So that's going to be our next stop. Now here we're just going to bear to the left to keep going straight. And then right after that, there's a trail board. Make sure you check that out, see what's going on. There's also a little hiker's log book, a little registration book that's not there anymore, but kind of cool. And then right after that, you're going to see the old ruins of the Dude Ranch. Now, this was here from, I think, about the 20s until it petered out in the 50s, and you could come stay here. It was about $100 a night. I have a little bit more of the history on this in the guide if you want to get into it, but it's kind of cool, and you can explore and go inside of those if you'd like to. But otherwise, you're just going to keep going straight. Here's a trail sign, and the trail is pretty much like this the entire way up there. It's a sandy dirt road, pretty easy to follow, and not too hard. A little bit uphill, but not really much. Mostly it's straight. Pretty soon as you go up here, you're going to notice Mission Creek over here on your left-hand side, and it flows for most of the year. I'm trying to think back. There was a bad drought a few years ago, and I think it was flowing then, if I remember right. But this is also the site of the Mission Creek Strand of the San Andreas Faults. So this goes up along the fault, or the strand here. Just before a mile, you're going to see some cottonwood trees poking up over the painted hills here. And those are the wetlands. Now, it's strange to think of there being a wetland here in the middle of the desert, but there is. And, it's, obviously it's fueled by Mission Creek here. And it's this big thicket area. You can't really go in. There are some use trails, but it is a refuge for wildlife. There's a few endangered birds that call this home, so I'd recommend just giving it some space. But it is pretty cool to look at. And obviously in the wetter months it's greener and more lush. But the first real intersection, or the only intersection, is this one right here. As you come around the Greenlands, you're going to make the right here. You're not going to go left onto that little trail down to the creek. You're going to go right and go away from the creek. A little bit of an uphill as you go up here. And when you get to the top of the hill, you're going to see the old ruins of some of the old Dude Ranch structures over here on your right. And on the left, you're going to see San Gorgonio back there in the distance. And it's cool, obviously, in the winter when there's snow in the mountains and you're in the desert. It's pretty neat to look at. But then right after that, you're going to come to a big parking lot. Now, you can technically drive up here, and you can camp here, too. You just need to go to the Mission Creek Preserve website and fill out a request form. But you're going to go across this parking lot, which is not normally open to cars, and then you'll see the stone house in the distance there. There's a door in the front, a door in the back. You can go inside, and there's also bathrooms here as well. So feel free to take care of business if you need to, but do go inside and check it out. It is really cool in here. There are informational displays on the wall, some picnic tables, and an old hearth where it says Mission Creek above it, which is a good photo op for the trip. And once you're here, you just turn around and go back the way you came. So that's it. That's the hike. Once you get here, you just turn around and go back down the way you came. Again, it's not a technically challenging hike by any means, but it is an interesting one and a fun one to do if you are in the area. Now, if you do want to do it, just go to HikingGuy.com, where I have all of the directions, information on how to get to the trailhead. It's a dirt road. I'll talk about that a little bit in the guide. And there's a link to that on YouTube right underneath the video. So if you're watching there, make sure you click on that. If you are on YouTube, as always, if you could do me a big favor and click that little thumbs up, it's an easy way to say thank you for the guide and helps my channel out tremendously. So thank you in advance for that. Any questions, just leave them in the comments on YouTube and I will get back to you. But otherwise, Mission Creek Preserve, give it a visit, give it a try. Worth doing at least once, especially if you're around here. All right, guys, I'll see you out there.